Hey guys, here's a quick tutorial on Ableton arrangement view. This will just be the basics. We will dive deeper into creating and all that stuff later, but I just wanted to give you this in case you want to use it for your rehearsals. Let's say we're doing Never Fail.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and we get into it and we realize everything's fine, but we really want to hit the bridge again. We want to go into arrangement view where I've dropped the songs in. It's a different process than doing them in session view. I'll show you guys that later. But so we're going to want to go into arrangement view. There's two ways to get there. You can hit this button right here up in the top corner, and that will change you into what looks like a more traditional looking view. You can also hit the tab key on your computer keyboard, and it will take you to arrangement view. You may notice when we switched over, these tracks aren't very bright looking. They look kind of dim. That is because they are not yet active, and there are two ways to know that. One is just that they kind of look grayed out. The other is this orange button here that is telling us, and it's down here in the help section as well. It will tell you when you hover over it that the active state is different than what you're seeing. It means it's still wanting to play the clips from session view. That happens when you swap over. So you just click that, and everything brightens up, and that's how you can tell that it's ready to play these. The other thing that you may see is this orange button. Remember, orange buttons are a warning, so anytime you see them, you're going to want to take a look. This means that the automation excuse me, is active still for the other view. So pretty much anytime you see an orange button, if you're wanting to play what you're looking at, click the orange button and make it be transparent looking. So in arrangement view, we have this handy timeline at the top that literally tells us from the beginning of the set, shows us all the way over when we drag. This is the beginning of the first song over here. This is the end of the last song, and so we can kind of see where we are. We can expand above the just under the timeline here, above the tracks, by dragging up or down. 3 fingers if you're on a MacBook, 3-finger drag. And so let's say we want to get to the bridge of Never Fail. All you have to do to start playing a track is select a bar line on any one of the tracks. It doesn't matter. If you start playing up here, it's just going to start playing on its own.
1, 2.
Or you can select a select any track and start playing at a bar line. Hit spacebar.
1, 2.
And I've added locators to strategic places in the song, so that all you do is select a locator, and let's say you want to hear the bridge again. Just select the locator, hit spacebar, go. Simple enough. If you're in rehearsal, you'll probably want to start, maybe a couple of bars before that. So I'm going to select here, give myself a couple of bars to lead in.
Bridge.
Okay, it's a pretty simple process. Usually we won't have need in service to switch back and forth between arrangement view and session view. So usually if we're in service, we'd be doing either or. But in rehearsal, it might be good to try and do some extra shedding on a couple sections. I will show you this. This is King of My Heart, and all it is a 1-bar loop. So it's a very short section, and it only really has 2 tracks on it. And I've got it set to just an automatic loop here. And this is done completely differently in session view, but it will just go, and that will just loop until we stop it. The other thing that I'll show you guys how to add, or I'll at least show you how to use in a later tutorial or a session, is a stop track, to include a track where it automatically stops. If we're using this view in a service right now, we would have to still hit stop when we get to the end of a song.
Ending. Drum solo.
And we would stop it like normal. I stopped it early, but stop it like normal. Otherwise, it would keep going straight into Never Fail, which is great if you have something that's under a time constraint, or if you're doing a program. You can actually program transitions into arrangement view where it sort of does all the work for you. But as it is, we still have to hit the stop button. Otherwise, it'll just keep going until we make it stop. So that's the basics of arrangement view, and we'll get into more later, but I wanted to get this in your hands so that you could start using it in rehearsal settings. All right, thanks a bunch. Text me if you have any questions.